Okay. Log into your AWS Educate account and go to your class. So the main intention of this particular session, create a Linux based virtual machine. Go to AWS console. So these steps are common steps. Okay, whatever we have done in the morning, okay, the same thing. Select EC2. So I request you to monitor this dashboard regularly, because if you leave any of the things not closed, appropriate charges will be reduced from your balance. Okay, if you create a virtual machine, of course, after you have done with your work, please terminate the virtual machine. And also I strongly recommend you to delete all the keypads as well as security groups. Okay, fine. So I'm going to launch the instance. So earlier in the morning, we have selected this particular virtual machine. So this particular session, instead of selecting the Amazon Linux 2 AMI, I'm going to select Ubuntu version of it. Okay. So which particular Ubuntu version will be best suits for you? Okay. So I'm going to select a Ubuntu version. Okay. Ubuntu server 16.4 LTS. Okay. So come back to the search bar. So as we discussed already, Amazon provides you 300 plus configurations of the virtual machines. So the one which we're going to looking at is Ubuntu Server 16.4 version. Okay. Why I have selected this Ubuntu Server 16.4? It is comes under the free tier configuration. Okay. So there are two options are there, 64-bit x86 and 64-bit ARM. I'm going to select default x86. Of course, for this also the machine type is a general purpose machine type. Okay. And the rest of the configuration I'm going to leave it empty or default. So virtual CPUs, memories and everything. Okay. So click on the next configuration, configure instance details. So here also I'm going to leave it default as a number of instances are 1 and the rest of the settings are same. And I'm going to the next section, add storage. Okay. I'm okay with the add storage. I'm going to add section, add tags section. I'm not going to add any tags here. We will discuss how do we add these tags by using Node.js program in the later sections. Okay. And configure security group. So as I already told you, if you are comfortable with existing security groups, use the existing security groups. Today morning, I have created a security group called Launch Wizard 1. This is listed along with the default security group. So Launch Wizard 1, it looks fine for me. So I'm going to take the Launch Wizard 1 security group instead of creating a new security group. You look at this, okay, it allows SSH type and the protocol TCP protocol, port number 22 it allows, and the source is it allows anywhere in the world. And say review and launch. Okay, so just review the details which you have selected and launch the virtual machine. So again, there are three options. You can create a new key pair, or you can use an existing key pair, or you can proceed without a key pair. I'm going to say new key pair. Okay, my second key. I say my second key. So once you give your own key pair name, you can download the key pair. This key pair is very important to connect it with the virtual machine through SSH prompt. Launch instance. view instances. I have, if you look at my dashboard, I have terminated all the instances which I've created today morning and earlier today. So if you don't terminate, of course, the charges will be applied. So please wait for the instance status. Once it changes from the pending to ready, you can start connecting from your SSH terminal to this virtual machine. Okay, now it is ready. So the state is running state now. And to see the connection options, click on the connect. Of course, the first one, okay, chmod command. Take this command, copy this command, go to your desktop. I have kept my key from the download section to the desktop. I'm going to open a terminal. Okay, from this terminal, I'm going to navigate to the place where I have my key file. Okay, so once you make sure your key file in the working directory, you can apply the chmod command. Okay, once you apply chmod command, then you can apply SSH command to connect it with the remote virtual machine. So come back to the EC2 console and take the command, SSH command, which provided along with the connect option. Come back to the terminal point. Okay, from terminal, execute SSH command. So run permission, yes. Now if you look at this, today morning we have created an instance of EC2 type, okay, Amazon Linux 2 type, but this particular type is an Ubuntu type. This particular family comes under Debian family. Okay, so the last session we have used yum to install necessary softwares, but you cannot use yum directly on Ubuntu. So Ubuntu supports apt command, apt command. So the set of commands you supposed to use are a little bit different. So again, I'm going to take the same Java program. I want to install Java virtual machine and the Java runtime, Java JDK, and then I'm going to write a simple Java program to execute the Java and then execute the Java program. Okay, so the steps are also listed here. So the first step, okay, update the apt-get. You can issue command sudo apt-get update. Today morning we have seen we have used a command sudo yum update. Okay. Earlier we have used, today morning we have used the Linux version of the machine which is provided by the Amazon. So this is the generic version. So like a Linux version, okay, we don't have a Amazon Linux extras in the Ubuntu. You will have to follow the conventional way. Okay, so before installing necessary packages for the Java execution, you have to install the essential packages. So you can say sudo apt-get install build essentials. This will install all the essential packages to run your installers. Yes. Okay, I have installed essential packages. Then I'm going to install a default JDK. Okay, so this JDK I'm going to install it from apt-get registry. Sudo apt-get install default JDK. So I'm going to install a default JDK from apt-get registry. Now JDK is installed properly. Okay. Now see this default JDK, it is a complete pack. This consists of JVM as well as JDK. Today morning we installed this Java in 2 different steps. Like first we have installed Java Virtual Machine and then we have installed JDK development kit. But this default JDK, it comes with JVM as well as JDK. So you don't have to install it separate statements. Okay. Now edit the Java code and run the Java code. Okay. So you can say Java. Okay. Java C. Okay. Now both are working properly. You can edit the simple Java code. Okay. Sample.java. It's the same thing. Says a class sample. You can say public static void main. String args. And a simple print statement. Hello. Okay, save and quit. Compile the Java program. Java C sample.java. Okay, then execute the Java program by using a class name. That's all. Okay, so ultimately the steps are same. The way you configure is a little bit different. Depends upon the virtual machine you select.